Hello, and good morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. This is Adam with Specialty Toys Network, and today we're going to be looking at activating the Good Toy Group catalog products, specifically the Holiday 2013 issue, and some of the changes that have come up in this version, dealing primarily with multiple categories. So let's get going. One of the Anna and Jess over at Good Toy News. Just a little congratulations tossing in there. So let's start out. We're going to be doing the work today on our demo site. I'll be sending everybody a newsletter that will also cover the steps in this, so look for that corresponding newsletter. It'll show you the steps that you'll need to take. I'll also have a printable version of the notes here, so check, and if you don't see that, give us a holler or check your email. All right. So first thing you're going to do is actually just log into the back end of your website. I've gone ahead and logged into the demo website here. The products have already been pushed to your website, so we're basically activating them. And to get started, let's go ahead and cover that a little bit, what you'll need to do. I recommend a couple hours of uninterrupted time. Find a place in the evening where somebody's not going to be bothering you in front of your computer. It's good to have product numbers from your point of sale system. If you're doing any web sync, it's very important to have that that data available at your fingertips. You obviously need your website login information. You'll need optional your customer support login from the STN system. And lastly, the links to your e-catalog. We're going to be covering that actually in another video, so don't worry about that too much today. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. The first step is going to be publishing our new categories. So once we log into the back end, we're going to go to our shopping cart, and we're going to go to our category tree. If you look here, you won't see the new categories because they got uploaded to the last position available to your category tree. So I'm just going to go ahead and change my pagination quantity to 50, so I see 50 categories at a time. And I'm going to go to the very end. I've got quite a few categories on the demo site, 150. At the end here, I see that I've got, starting on row 118 here, yours will probably be different on the numbering with your custom categories, but I see the 2013 Holiday Toy Catalog, and then its subsets, starting with the catalog pages, a bunch of categories by page, and the topical categories for that category. So what I'm going to do first of all is go up to the parent category, which is the top level 1 category, 2013 Holiday Toy Catalog, and I'm going to make this go to the top of the list very first. So it got assigned the next ordering number. I'm going to change this to, in my case, probably just -20. We'll push it all the way to the top. So enter my -20 value there and click Save here on the top of this column. It's going to reorder my category values. So I'm going to go back to the start of my category tree, and there it is, the first one in my list. It's still unpublished, you'll notice. So the next thing I want to do is publish that category and all of its children. If I scroll down the page, I see everything on this page is either published items or they're items in the new Good Toy Group catalog category tree that I want to publish. So I'm just going to scroll back to the top, select all the categories on this page by clicking this top checkbox, and then publishing them all by clicking the Publish button here in the top right. The system's going to go through and say, okay, we published all those categories for you. Great. So if I jump over to the front end, I can go to my shop and see that that category is now published, and all the subcategories are published. I've got my catalog pages here, which is drilling down page by page through all of the products to correlate with the printed catalog. The thing that I may want to do on this guy is actually change to have my catalog pages be at the end of these department-based or categorized-based sections, which are a nice thing that the Good Toy Group has done. It's a little bit redundant, but that's a good thing in this case. So let's go back to the back end, and we'll just push this catalog pages subcategory to the end of the listing here. We're going to change this here. If we scroll, we'll see it's number 1 on my children categories, and then the last one, pretend number 11. I'm just going to do and change this to 12 and save. That's down at the end of the list. Obviously, change any of these push you on the other categories. So the step of publishing the categories, the next thing is going to be changing my product SKUs, because I'm using syncing for this system. So if you are synchronizing your point of sale information with your website, you'll definitely want to make the product SKU online match your POS item number. Now, you may be using a specific value in your point of sale systems that's not called item number. It may be called SKU or product number, or any kinds of things, but basically the product SKU on the website you need to match that with your default value from your point of sale system. Okay, so let's step through that step now. So again, in the product, in the website, we're going to go to the product editor. You can get there directly from the product drop-down, going to the product editor right here. If you're coming to the cart directly, you can also get to the product editor by clicking this button right here, product editor. Okay, so the first thing to note is that there's a special prefix, TGTG underscore HO for holiday 13. If you filter by that, typing it right below the SKU field and hit enter on your keyboard, you will pull up 208 items. Oop, hard to select that. There, I was going to show you there. So 208 items here. Let's see. Right there. Oh, great. It's hard to see. 208 records, which is the total number of products added to your website as part of the catalog collection. I'm going to make my life a little bit easier when I change things by changing these to 200 items per page. I have 9 pages, 2 pages of information. Works great. The other thing I'm going to want to do is set up multiple tabs to work with. If you haven't considered it already, one of the things I recommend is that you use Chrome as your browser. It's a fast, efficient browser that handles web information very well. IE, especially older versions of IE, are going to run into some issues. Firefox, we used to recommend that, but it's a little bit slower now. The other thing I recommend is dual monitors. If you haven't yet adopted that, consider that for your primary computer workspace. It really helps a lot when you're juggling lots of information around that you can put stuff off and put it on one monitor, get it out of the way, and then work on your primary desktop. Okay, so let's go back to our merging of information here. I'm going to actually log in. I'm going to copy my URL. There's a short little trick for logging in multiple tabs. Copy that, open a new tab, and paste my URL in there again. Open twice. And what I'm doing here is I'm opening 2 tabs with access to the back end. So I'm going to go to the shopping cart and the product editor again. Okay, so I've got 2 tabs here, both open to my product editor, and I'll show you how we use that. You notice that this one's filtered and this one's not. This one's showing everything here. So we'll probably just start walking right in and changing the SKUs here. I'm going to make up some SKUs for this guy since I don't, on the test side, I don't actually use live data. So I go in and I change this guy. Let me find if I have a product I know is going to be duplicated. That's going to be the key to some of this information for you guys. Let's say Tenzi here. I know Tenzi is an item here that's going to be redundant, so I'm actually going to find that guy here by filtering in the product list. So I've got Tenzi from several catalog issues. I want to combine those all. The first step, and what I recommend actually, is just go ahead and decide to keep the newest version unless you have reason to keep an older version. It'll simplify some of your decision making. So I've got my Tenzi filtered by name in this case, and I see I've got several items. They're all the same value. It looks this. I'm verifying that they're the same product and not a version of it. So I'm going to select all those items, and then the first thing I want to do is merge their category information. What that does is allows all the category data that I have on all of those items to be updated. And then I'm going to get rid of the ones I don't want. So I select all of them. Again, I click the checkbox to select all of the items on the page, and then I click the category name on one of the items, in this case the top item. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start from the top, and wherever it's checked as a selected category, I'm going to change that to plus as I go down the list here. I don't even really need to read in this case. I'm just scrolling looking for color. And what I'm doing then by doing this is saying any instance of this item, add it to all the categories that these cumulatively are assigned to. And saving that, all of these items are updated with the same category assignment now. Perfect. And then I'm deciding that this version here, the Holiday 13, is the one I want to keep. So I'm actually just going to uncheck these and select all of them but that one, and then delete. I'm deleting those 4 products. And now I can update my SKU for this particular guy. And I'm ready to go forward. One of the things we'll want to do as we're doing this too is publish the guy. So we save it right there. Now, other tricks that are helpful. If you'd like to, one of the things I recommend when dealing with products on the new category or the collection of products is to select them all. Again, we'll filter by Holiday 13. Select those items. I should have done this on the first step, actually, if I was thinking. And I'm going to actually assign them to the top level. Let's see here. I'm going to take a little bit of scrolling. I got a lot of categories here. I'm going to assign them to the 2013 catalog primary category as well as others. So I'm just going to say plus that, all these. Save that guy. I'll just do items per page on this side. Go to the net page. Select these. Do the same thing. See one. I already filtered that guy, so I'm going to do him manually. Okay, so what that enabled me to do is actually to do a couple things. On the front end, if I go to, as a customer, to the 2013 Holiday Toy Catalog, as I publish these items, they'll all show up in this root category below the subcategories, and it also allows me in the back end a simple way to find all of those items even after I've changed their SKU to be something else. So now I can go into the Holiday Toy Catalog here, and I can just actually search by 2013 Holiday, for example. Let me change out my SKU here so I'm not using that anymore. And since the item shows up on my filter as well because I'm going by that category. Okay, as you go through products, you'll see that some have duplicate SKUs. Let me set up a scenario real quick for us here. We'll use the Spotted as an example. I'll show you how to deal with those. Okay, I've got an older Spotted here. I'm just going to put my SKU as 00410. Don't ever recommend actually leading with zeros, so I'm just going to change this to BO00410, blue-orange. Okay. Copy that. Oops. And now we're going to go back to our process of updating these TGTG SKUs again. So TGTG underscore 13. We get back to our list, just the new SKUs that we haven't touched. Here's the one I'm going to be updating. So I go in here and I paste in the SKU that I want, and my system says, hey, we can't save that because we have a duplicate already. Oh, okay. Well, this is where having the two tabs open of the system comes in real handy. I just jump to my second tab. In this case, I've already started the process, but I filter according to the product name, and I find all the versions. Now let's see. I know that this is the one that I used to have. I'm going to replace that with the new version. So I'm going to select that guy, and we've got other Spotteds that aren't necessarily the same products. Some of them are Spotted Juniors, so we'll kind of skip through those. Spotted. Okay, we've got all our Spotteds. I'm going to merge them. So again, categories. Start at the bottom this time. It doesn't matter. You start at the bottom or top. We're just merging categories for all the Spotteds. Save those. Okay. The one I keep that I'm going to keep, I notice it has 10 in stock. So I'm just going to actually, the new one, I'll change that to 10 here real quick. I don't care if they all change. It's fine. Okay. And I'm going to deselect the one that I am going to change to the new item here. And then the others, I'm going to delete those. Okay. Now my slide that I want to change, put the new SKU and publish it. And it's ready. Okay. So I've done the steps of merging. You'll want to step through all 208 items and merge those products. And when you're done, you'll have all your products showing up on the front end of your website for your customers to browse and purchase. Next thing, let's see, we talked about updating prices and inventory. Let's look at that real quickly again in a little bit more detail. So you notice you can change the stock as you're activating the product and publishing it. The other thing you can do that I think is useful to do, let's say you've gone through and changed all your SKUs, if you're syncing information. Let's just go to the name of the 2013 holiday catalog as our category filter. And I'm going to go ahead and publish everything here in this example. Select on all, save positive publish. I'm just going to do the one page now, but you can definitely just go to the next page and publish everything as you want. One thing that you can do is if you publish everything and you're using stock controls and leave your values set to 0 on the new items, when you sync your information from your point of sale system, you will allow the system to determine whether or not that gets shown to the customer based on stock values. So again, that is based on some settings on your computer, but if you're using stock checking on your website and then after you update your SKUs, you then sync your information from your point of sale system. By leaving the stock set to 0 before the sync, you're effectively disabling the view of that product from the customer's point of view until you add a positive value via a sync mechanism. Hope that made sense. Okay. Let's say we've done all our steps here in activating the products. The next things that you're going to want to do are promote the product. Let me minimize that a little bit. Promote your products. So we'll show you a couple of ways to do that. We'll start with a front page slideshow update. On our demonstration website here, we go to our home page. We've got a front page slideshow up here. If you log in to the SToysNet informational site, on your member login here, the things you'll see once you log into the support home here, and we have a library of banner graphics. You are more than welcome to use that at any point. I'm going to filter for TGTG. I'll pull up a list of all of the graphics created for the Good Toy Group catalogs over the years. In this case, I want to go to the holiday 2013. Let's say I'm using this version. There's 3 covers this year. So for the slideshow, I actually want to download the image that's called Frame EZ here. So I'm just going to right-click on the image, save the image to my desktop, and we'll just save that guy. And then back to my website, I'm going to go to the front page slideshow. You may need to crop your image depending on your slideshow dimensions, so take a look at that and look at our help videos or contact us if you need help on that. So I'm going to create a new slide. Set it to publish. And you know what, I'm going to set a stop publish date. I want that to go off on January 1st next year. Okay, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the image upload here, choose file, go to my desktop, select that image, and then I need to set where this slide is going to link to. By default, it's looking for a URL here. The easiest way, in my opinion, to determine that is to go to the front end and then just, in this case, I want to go to the 2013 Holiday Catalog category where all those products are nicely displayed. So I'll capture that URL, just select it and copy it, or Control-C on your keyboard. Back to my admin here, paste that in, and save. And there we go. Looking at the home again. It's always do proofing. There's my new slideshow in its rotation. Click on it to make sure. Links me right to that category. Okay, let's say we want to put in a banner as well. In this case, we've got a less positioned banner. We could do that. In the holiday catalog, there's banners for each one of those different sizes that we typically make. You can also, if you like, download this whole collection of the set of banners for each of the 3 categories by going to my Get page here. And I'll send you a link of that in the newsletter. And then you just download this banner collection. It'll send you a zipped file with all of the graphics ready to go. Of course, if you have any questions, please take a look at our training videos. Since YouTube updated their presentation, their format for the website a while back, the searching within the channel, a YouTube channel, is a little bit hard to find. So it's this little button right here next to About, the magnifying glass. If you do this search up here, this is searching through everything on YouTube. So if you want to just search within a channel, click on this little guy here. And in this case, I'm going to do the TGTG. And all the videos that have TGTG in their title or description. So that's our training session today. Let me see if there's anything else. We talked about banners. I'll send you that link. A couple other things. I'm not going to go over some of these other promotional things together today. You know, you can put it on your email newsletter, Facebook post, blog, window posters. If you do, I recommend including a QR code. Let's look at text on the home page, though. Search engines really require good meta information, and text is one of those bits that they can really hang on to. So you want to update the home page textual information as well to give your search engine something to hang on to. So we'll go back into the website. In this case, it's probably going to be a static content page, and a home page or welcome page or something like that. So I'm just going to change this item to 2013 catalog, and let's see. I'm just going to say new here, just for the fun of it. Okay, and then the link, I'll need to update that as well. So I'll just click on my link attributes. And I think I still have it selected, but just to make sure, oops, I'm going to go back to that category. Copy it. And paste it here. And okay, I saved that in there, and now that link is updated link going to the new category. I can also change out this banner graphic here real quick. Let's step through that. I'm going to save this image to my desktop, and it's the 180-180. Back to my website here. I'm going to say image, please. First thing I have to do is load it. Choose file. Send the server. Got it in there. I'm just going to update the text a little bit. And let's see, I wanted to link to that 2013 catalog section again, and okay, I've added it, and I save. Okay, last thing is go to my home page and prove it. There it is. Great. Thank you so much. This has been another training session on activating good Troy Group catalog products. If you have any questions, give us a holler, and have a great holiday season.